and welcome to our monthly Angel Oracle card reading for the month of October 2018. I can't believe it's October. We're really in the Northern Hemisphere getting into that autumnal sort of, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold with the season change. We're sort of getting into that sort of festive season, if you like, or fall, as you call it across the pond. Yeah, I'm so pleased that you're joining me here. I so appreciate you tuning in and allowing me to connect with you and vice versa. If you tune into the weekly videos, you'll notice that we've changed the way we do the readings a little bit. So instead of just pulling the 3 cards and looking at them as a whole, what I've asked you to do is think of a number 1, 2, or 3. And the number that you're drawn to, that card is going to be most prevalent in your life for this month. Although all of the cards are in some way going to affect us, the card that comes up, the card number that you picked, is going to be the card that has the most effect. The reason that I've changed it this way is, well, one, someone suggested it and I thought it was a great idea, but also with a general reading we are getting those general energies, and what I wanted to do is to be able to sort of tune into each of you more personally and give you the card that is the most personal to you as much as I can in this format, because obviously if you were getting a private reading with me, it would be all about you as the individual, and that'd be awesome. If you wanted to do that, I'll leave the information in the description box down below this video, but I'm trying to make it as personal to you as possible. So by choosing card 1, 2, or 3, it just sort of narrows down the energy a little bit more from the generalized reading. So I hope that that makes sense to you. So without further ado, let us get into our reading and just be consciously thinking of that number 1, 2, or 3 to see which you are drawn to. Okay, there is our card 1, 2, and 3. That was quite a quick spread. So if you were drawn to card 1, the number that comes up, the card that comes up is Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. This month it is all about us, if we were drawn to card 1, really coming into our own, stepping through this door, focusing on our own inner healing. This may come across to people as a bit selfish, especially if they're not used to us taking care of ourselves. As empathetic people, or empaths as some people might say, people that feel very deeply, people that feel other people's pain very strongly, we tend to put our own feelings on the back burner because we're focused on service and helping others, and that brings us great joy. However, it's important to take care of ourselves. So if this is the number, if card 1 was the number you were drawn to this month, there is this door to personal healing and happiness. Maybe we said a couple of weeks ago that counselling may be a good idea, and I think this ties into this card as well. Spiritual mentoring, reading books, or watching videos about personal development. It could be that we're overcoming an addiction of some kind. That's what's coming through. Also, those that have picked number 1, aside from being huge givers to others, I'm also getting that there may be a bit of resentment creeping in for some sort of service you've been doing. So I don't know if it's volunteering that's become tiresome, or some sort of just trying to feel my way through this. It's something that you've been giving but maybe become resentful of. So we've got to be careful if we pick card 1 that we don't allow that to come into us, because that can really drain us. So if we've been taking on the weight of the world on our shoulders, it's time to take that break and to allow ourselves to have personal healing, allow ourselves to be happy, treat ourselves to a massage or a Reiki treatment or something that's going to lift our spirits, something for us, get our hair done, something that's going to make us feel good. That's the focus of this month if we were drawn to card 1. If we were drawn to card 2, the word on this card is appreciation. what I'm getting with this is twofold. It's almost like 50-50. Half of the people that picked card 2 are really trying to learn how to appreciate what they do have, perhaps keeping a gratitude journal. When life is hard and maybe even feels a bit torturous, because maybe there's illnesses going on, maybe there's chaos, bereavements, I don't know, something like that. When those things happen, it can be really, really difficult for us to be grateful. I'm just going to be really honest about that, and the reason I know that is because I've been there. I've been in a space where I found it so hard to be grateful for anything, because my mental state has been in such a state of doom and gloom, to be quite frank. And I actually did a video on this, how to be grateful when you don't feel like it, or something like that, I think it was called. So I'll pop that video in the description box if you want to watch what I do when I'm feeling that way. So it could be that we're kind of having a bit of a struggle with finding the silver lining. A bit of anger comes up, frustration, flippant remarks like, oh, I don't know why I bother anyway, that kind of thing. But then there's another group that picked number 2, and this is there's a crossover in this as well, that are finding more beauty in life. So perhaps I've been through an illness and now getting better and seeing that, wow, there is so much beauty in the world. Or perhaps we just have one of those nights where we just look up into the sky and look at the stars and think, I'm so small, but like it's so incredible. You know, have you ever had those sort of musings of the mind where your mind just thinks, wow, the earth is incredible? You know, one of those nights. So I think with card 2, we're drawn to card 2, allowing ourselves to just allow ourselves to soak up the beauty, take walks in nature regularly, look at the night sky if we can, you know, look at our partner and think, wow, you're so handsome or beautiful. Or look at our children if we have any and think, wow, you're just an incredible, you know, miraculous miracle. Or just finding the beauty in our life and allowing ourselves to focus on that. And if we were drawn to card 3, we have the card attachment. What are we attached to? If we are drawn to card 3, a bit like card 1, I'm getting some sort of addiction that we're trying to get over. What are we attached to? This could be an idea. Are we attached to an idea? That's what's most strongly coming through. Are we attached to an idea of, well, this is where I need to be and I'm not there, so I'm stressed? Or are we attached to a way of doing things? I think there's a rigidness with this. We've got to let go a little bit and loosen up. I feel like card 3 people, and to be honest, it's kind of the card that I was most drawn to. Are we being a bit too serious? Are we being a bit too formal? Just like loosen up a bit. Worry and stress can make us feel like that, but we've got to have fun and laughter as well. We've got to let ourselves go a bit. So October may be the kind of month, if we were drawn to card 3, where yeah, we want to get serious, we want to knuckle down, we want to do a good job, get our finances in check, all those things that are important. However, we've got to allow ourselves to just detach from all of that, detach from the stereotype of who we are. Are we a mother, but we're more than a mother? Are we, or a father? Are we a brother or sister, but we feel more than that? Are we a husband or wife, but we're more than that? We're a soul that needs to be allowed to roam free and expand and try new things. So stepping out of the mask, if you like, that we're wearing and trying something new may really give us a bit of a zest for life this month. So just to reiterate, as a general reading, we've got this door to personal happiness and healing. Maybe just putting ourselves first a bit more, looking after our health and looking after our well-being, appreciating the beauty in life, even if we don't feel like it, and taking off that mask and going out and trying something new. And don't be so attached to the personality that we think we are. Maybe let ourselves expand a little bit more than that. So I hope that you've enjoyed the reading this week. Thank you this month rather. Thank you so much for joining me this month. And until we speak again next month, I'm sending you so much love and happiness. And feel free to check out the weekly videos if you want to see what's going on in your energy for the weeks of October. Until we speak again, take care. Lots of love, Alyssa.